Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another day, another edition here of the OSC mid-season playoffs number 1, day 6. Yeah, I'm of course your VIP with him, joined by these amazing players and by the who in chat as well. Welcome one and all to something a little bit different here. This is actually our first day covering the OSC mid-season playoffs. Shout out to Eddie and OSC for hosting and organizing the event, of course, as we are stepping in for the first time covering the event. We were going to be covering the OSC Rising Star tournaments, but the matches weren't quite available for us, so we did decide to go into some mid-season playoffs instead. Let us go, as we have some insane matches already here to kick things off. We're going to be starting things off here with Cure versus Harstem, a TvP. Oh boy, when it comes to the event itself, for those who are unaware, this tournament is a massive online event. Think of it almost like the World Championship for specifically and exclusively online tournaments. Basically, most online tournaments out there are partnered with OSC that provide points that players accumulate over time, and then here we have that mid-season playoffs, kind of like that mid-year kind of major events where we invite all the top players that compete in online leagues. And here we have them. Here we do have them. We can actually go over the bracket for a moment as well. Un momento, as we can go over that bracket and try to catch up on what has been occurring so far. Again, we're already 6 weeks in. We're already 6 weeks in, papi. A lot to get into. Yeah, a lot to get into here. As we can just switch our scenes over and catch up on the bracket itself. Okay, so from the top, we do have Max, and Percival. They're going to be facing off in the upper bracket quarterfinals. Max took down Young Yakov, Percival took down Sham. Likewise, we have Solar versus Bunny, still to be played, still to be determined. I know they've been very busy as of late, especially with all the Korean leagues going on. Showtime takes down Lambo 2-0. We have Björn takes down Nightmare. Shameless took down Christiana. We have Björn versus Shameless here in the upper bracket quarterfinals. We have our next series. We're going to be covering Cure versus Harstem and Skilless versus Art. Those two matches we are going to be casting here on the channel, and then we'll be going down to the lower bracket where we still have a plethora of matches to go. Similar to OSC Rising Star, it's a very massive event, a lot of games to be played, a lot of matches going on. It's going to be a long event. It's going to be a long event. It takes multiple months to get through. We're just here with day 6. We're here with day number 6, and we are jumping into game 1. Going to be loading into Winter Madness. Oh boy. Let us go. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Cure. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player from the land of the Netherlands. It is Harstem. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamma time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we delve into our initial best of 3 TvP. Let's go. Let us go. We're jumping into our initial series, jumping into our initial matchup here, and I'm excited just because we don't often see these two players face off against each other. Harstem very rarely is seen competing in online tournaments. He's similar to Lambo in that sense. Obviously, Cure is coming as a favorite player, one of the heavy favorites to maybe even win the entire tournament. Hey, I mean, he performed well in GSL over the weekend, but Harstem, I want to say he's a player that can be cheeky and that can catch him off guard. What I appreciate out of Harstem is that he often does come up with his own builds, or he does play a certain unique style apart from the meta and apart from the norm. He's willing to be a little bit more exploratory, a little bit more experimental with his play, and we often do get to see some more diverse styles out of Harstem. So we'll see. We'll see what he does bring to the table, Pappy. We'll see. Meanwhile, big shout out to Persevenga in the chat. Pappy, thank you so much. Thank you so much for gifting 2 subs to the community, to Kenga and to It's Wild as well. Thank you, Pappy. Thank you. Do appreciate the support. Do appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Hope you enjoy the content, the casting, the StarCraft. Hope you enjoy. As Harstem does move out here, just scouting the nearby proxy locations before moving out across the map, we can see Double Gas open out a Cure, going for a fast start factory, going for a delayed CC. This can lead into Reaper Hellion, it can lead into early Cyclone drop, it can lead into committed tank pushes, it can lead into early Banshee play. There's a lot of avenues of tech here. It can even lead into just standard Widow Mine drops as well, committed mine drops. There's a lot of ways that this can take us here. Regardless, it's very tech heavy, and upon confirming, Harstem will need to prepare back at home. For now, Harstem does check the natural expansion, the location for the timing of the Nexus, or the CC I should say, before going in. Again, Does keep the probe hidden. Does keep it hidden. Now confirms it is a later command center. Does confirm. Reaper does poke in. Stalker's popping out. And it is going to be a Twilight Council opener out of Harstem. Okay. Does open Twilight Council. Oof. As from here, the probe does go down. Again, just causing a bit of a nuisance across the map. As back at home, we are going to be building up. We're going to be building up here. We have our... Oh, that is a second Rax, by the way. Not a starport. My mind, I was assuming it was going to be a 1-1-1. That is a 2-1-1 setup, soon to be a 3-1-1. Yep, there we go. Third Rax has been thrown down. This is the beginning with 2-base all in. This is the beginning. Now, this build is rarely seen on Winter Madness because the map is so big. We usually see this kind of build on Ruby Rock or Tourmaline or even 10,000 feet. But to see it here on Winter Madness, it's unexpected. It's a bold move. The map is going to be working against Cure. Harstem is going to have more time and more time to react, more space to work with as well. But it's on Harstem first to scout. So far, he has not gotten into the main base. He does not know. Harstem is playing blind. Heading towards the natural, weavers into the main base. They do rush past. Diving into the mineral line, and probes are going to start going down. Yeah, getting 1, 2, 3 probe kills already. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, it's getting out of hand here. 5 probes going down, getting up to 6 probe kills. And the Reaper Hellion is going to be cleaned up. But remember, we have the follow-up that's massing. Massing up all the Bio Army, massing up the Cyclones. Sorry, soon to be the tanks. And it's still on Harstem to figure out. There's a sentry, and we should be seeing a hallucination scout. I would imagine. As the main army does push. Behind this Cure, his defensive setup is a little bit weaker because he just threw away his Reaper Hellion, so that does trigger a counterattack. Back at home, we have the Cyclone, we have Marines still building up. There's a window of opportunity here where Harstem could just bust into the mineral line. Uh-oh. But Marines, they do arrive just in time. Does catch one of the Adepts. The other does get into the mineral line. And we'll kill one SCV. No, not even. Yeah, the workers survive. Local of the Stalker is brutal. So much damage dealt. And Cure holds. He holds with the bare minimum. And again, what I'm afraid about here is the 2-base all-in is that stim timing. Right, stim, combat shields, the upgrades are going to be on the way. And we should be hitting with set upgrades. It's going to hit quite hard. Gonna hit quite brutally. Catching up the Stalker. Does catch a Stalker, and we're soon going to be moving out. So we'll see if Cure does pull the boys. As he's getting a knee base, that tells us that we're going for a later upgrade and we're taking up into a later game state. Cure is still pushing, don't get me wrong, but he's thinking further ahead, so he's not all in. This is so risky though. Yeah, it's so risky. The armies, they pass by each other. We're going for a pseudo base trade. Stalkers hit the natural. Cure moves across the map. Third base is going to be forfeit, but again, the SCVs are going down. But we have Marauders to defend. Wow. Yeah, we have Marauders. Getting 1, getting 2 Stalkers already. So Cure, he defends once again with the bare minimum. Cure defends. Gets across the map. He'll knock down the third, but the third doesn't matter. It's all about the natural. It's going to be about the natural instead. As there's plenty of bio back at home. Catching out another Stalker. Third Stalker goes down. Nexus is killed. Cure can now move in. And behind this is a battery at least. There is one Immortal. There are some units to defend, but the tanks to get within range. Yeah, they're within range. Oh my god. And massive tank shots going up. Immortal goes down, and 1 tank still survives, and with that, Harstem has nothing left. He has nothing left. D-powers the Robo, D-powers the Gateway. Stalkers are trying to come in from behind. Once again, they get punished. And GG gets called. GG gets called. Cure, he does pull off the stim timing, and with that Cure, he will take game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. He will take a lead in the series. Once again, Harstem, unfortunately, he never got a scout off, actually. Like, he never recognized what was happening. When we saw the sentry, I thought it was going to go for hallucination scout to figure out what was going on. But again, it was a very, very, very late realization as to how committed Cure was. And we had very light defense back at home here for Harstem. Unfortunately, he moved out at the same time. GG. GG, well played. And with that, Akira takes the lead in the series. Now we're going to be loading into the game number 2. Let's go. We're going to be loading into Tourmaline. I'm reading game 2. And spawning in the top right corner of Tourmaline, we have our South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. Leading the series 1-0, it is Cure. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the red Protoss player from the Netherlands, representing Shopify Rebellion. It is Harstem. Let's go. Let us go. So we're going to hyper-aggressive game out of Cure in game number 1. Harstem was lacking vision, lacking scouting, lacking information to be able to muster up a defense and prepare in time. Meanwhile, welcome to Tourmaline, another very small map. Small map of the map pool, short rush distance by ground. Aggression is favored here on Tourmaline, and we're hoping for a bit of a safer build. We're hoping for more vision and scouting out of Harstem to recognize what Cure is up to. Again, high chance that Cure commits once again, as he goes for a double gas opener 2 games in a row. Once again, Passive Factory, delayed command center. Now, just because it's double gas doesn't mean it's going to be the same build, right? That doesn't confirm that, but it does mean that it's tech heavy, and does mean that there's, again, options available for Cure. It means that Harstem needs to be more diligent when it comes to scouting to figure out what's happening. We could see another 3-1-1, or we could see instead Cloak Banshee play, right? And if that's the case, we got to scout the main base, we got to scout for the Cloak, or we could see a Widowmine drop, we could see committed tank all in early on as well. We'll see. Harstem, he does move out. Once again, checking for the main proxy locations. Does check the third base location. Looking for proxies. Is checking back. Has this on? This time it's Harstem's turn. It's Harstem's turn here to be active, to be aggressive as he goes for his own proxy across the map. Okay. Does go for the proxy. Kira, meanwhile, going for his own delayed TC. And we'll see if this is just for the gateway. No, okay, proxy Stargate. So this is not an all-in, it's just a way to get economic damage done early on. It's a bit of a cheeky build, it's high risk, high reward. What I mean by that is that because of this build, we're going to be delaying Twilight Council, we're going to be delaying the Forge, we're delaying kind of the strength of the gateway composition in favor of harassing damage. If we fail to do damage with this, then we will fall behind. So the pressure's on Harstem, so far unscouted. So far. Stargate is getting up. Oracle's going to be on the way. This time it is a straight up 1-1-1 out of Cure. Remember last game we saw a fast second Rax and a third Rax. Here it's going to be a 1-1-1. We can go into an add-on swap. We can go into a tank follow-up into early medevac. Oh, okay. If we go for medevac, we're going for an early push. And if we go for an early push, Harstem's going to have a weaker defense. As I just mentioned earlier, because of the Stargate opener, it means that the gateway composition is going to be weaker here as a result of that. The Oracles are amassing, and they will be able to do some damage, but I'm worried about the counterattack. Yeah, we're going for the medevac, we're going for the early push. This is a borderline all-in. Basically, it's just hyper-aggressive. We're going to be moving out with Cyclones, Marines, early tank, early medevac. I believe that Cure should be reinforcing with a Viking, as Viking does add extra DPS. You can even see the Cyclone just rally across the map faster. It's just a bit of a kitchen sink here. Everything's rallying across the map as we speak. And yes, these Oracles will kill SCVs, but what is it to defend? That's what I'm concerned about. Twilight Council still in production. Gateways still in production. There's one gate. We can only warp in one unit at a time. The SCVs, they do catch some workers. Sorry, the Oracles catch some SCVs. Workers are going down. And again, like, this is nice. It's like, cool, you're killing workers, you're killing the economy, but that doesn't matter. What matters is this. Yeah, it's too late. It's too late. The batteries are now being thrown down. The army's already here. It's already here. The boys are being pulled. Harstem, he's desperate. The desperation, baby. Ay. Cleans up every single probe. 16 probes go down. GG gets called, and Cure with a builder to win. He will claim the series 2-0. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, Harstem, his own build is designed to give him a lead coming into an economic macro game, but Kira wasn't going for a macro game. He was going for an early push, and Harstem had no idea. He had no idea what was going on. By the time he realized, it was too late. It was too little too late. Harstem, he was unaware as to the aggression of Kira because he was blindly going for the proxy, and as we were trying to emphasize, because of the proxy, it meant that his defenses back at home were weaker. GG. GG, well played. With that, Cure, he will claim the series. He will advance on. Harstem is going to be knocked down, and now we're getting ready for our next matchup. Let's go. Let us go. We're getting into our next matchup. We're going to be loading into our PvP. It's going to be a PvP between Skilless and Art.